Guys, I hope you are well. Today on this beautiful spring sunny day, we're going to talk about the ping and how to keep it low. I've had a lot of people ask me, how do you keep the ping low? So I've done a video on how to ping in terms of if we wanted to get height on the ball, if we wanted to switch the play a diagonal ball that was, 30, 40 yards and obviously have it in the air so it goes across defenders, across opposition players. But how do we actually keep a ping low? So we want to achieve the same objective, which is that we want it to go fast, we want it to go straight. We want to achieve that backspin so that across the ground it starts to hold up, so that when it approaches our player, our teammate, it's not whizzing at them 100 miles an hour. So we want it to go fast across the initial stages, but then we want it to sort of pick up a bit of traction with the backspin as it's touching the surface of the pitch. Why would we actually want to keep a ping low? Because if I was going to switch this ball out to my teammate, if I keep it in the air, if I keep a ping in the air, all right, that's going to bypass all of the opposition and all of the traffic and all the bodies in the middle of the pitch, okay? So in terms of keeping a ping low, I think really we would use a low ping if we want to get the ball to the player a fraction quicker. That's the only time really I could see it being used over if we were going to put it in the air. That, or if we were going to play a through ball to a player to run onto towards goal, it would probably be easier for them to take the ball along the ground, obviously, or to let it run ahead of them, then take it from the air. So as you saw there, we kept it straight, we achieved that backspin. Okay, so you're looking to achieve that kind of the ball has to go off the ground, right? Because if I hit this pass to him along the ground, the bounce on the surface is going to slow the ball down. So with a ping, the whole point is we want it to fly to the destination as quick as possible. So with a low ping, we want to keep the ball off the ground because that's going to allow it to travel faster, but we want to keep it low, okay? You saw it lift off the ground and it only started to bounce about 10 feet before him. So in terms of that ball getting to him there, I'd say that maybe took 1.5 seconds. If you look at it in the air, slightly longer, okay? But there's arguments for when you would want to have a low ping and a high ping. A lot of people think, oh, actually, to get height on the ball, you need to lean back, almost like you need to be leaning back to get underneath the ball. That would be the case in terms of the ping that achieves the air. So I'm going to actually launch this really high. You can see that I was leaning back, and you can probably see as I show you on the slow motion that I am contacting the ball at a far lower point, almost just above the ground. The low ping, we obviously don't want to be leaning back. It would be very difficult for me to play a low ping whilst leaning back because I'm going to get underneath the ball more. So we certainly do get over the ball a lot more, okay? So we certainly do get over the ball a lot more. But as you can see, with the contact, I am still trying to get the ball off the ground a little bit. Now in terms of the technique, in terms of the parts of the foot you use, in terms of the run up, the approach, is exactly the same as a regular ping in the air. So watch my video on how to ping. That will show you about the technique and the contact points, all right? But in terms of actually keeping the ball low, what we do, the main difference is actually we just contact the ball slightly higher. So we contact the ball more in the middle point, as opposed to if you watch my video on how to ping and get the ball in the air, we're coming at the ball sort of from in between the middle and the bottom. So sort of, if this was 100%, 75%, 50% in the middle, we're going at about 25%, and that gets us underneath the ball a bit more. When we want to keep the ping flat and low, I would suggest that you actually hit the ball at about 50%. And as you hit the ball at 50%, what's going to happen is, as I've explained in my other videos, the angle of your foot, if you get that right, okay, it's like a wedge. It creates the angle on the contact of the ball, and if we hit it at 50%, the ball is going to come off the ground, but it's not going to go completely, our foot's not going completely under the ball, and it's not going to go in the air. probably would have liked it to have left the ground a little bit more, but you could see it glide across the surface. So again, everything is the same in terms of approach, in terms of contact, but the difference for me is we're going to be over the ball slightly. We're not going to lean back as much, and we're going to hit more middle line of the ball, 50%, okay? Not 25%. This would be 25%, and it's more of a sweep underneath. We're looking at 50%, and we're coming slightly down on the ball. So we've still got that sweepy motion, but our body is over the ball a bit more, okay? And we are just contacting the ball slightly higher. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna obviously slow motion this down, and you're gonna see the ball leave the ground slightly. That ball stayed, it didn't go any higher than there. And the objective is, with the ping, is that it is fast and it is straight. So, you know, within windy conditions, this is the pass you want to be able to master, to be able to move the ball out into certain areas of the pitch quickly over distances. So that, guys, is keeping the ping flat, okay? Little trick shot. Let's see if we can hit those balls. This is one take, by the way. I'll tell you what, he's only gone and done it first time. Okay guys, that is keeping the ping low. I hope everyone's well, and I'll see you guys back for another video very soon. Take care.